Today I will be showing you how to make a fabric face mask with a pocket. So see, you can put a filter there and a wire on top so you can curve it on the bridge of your nose. There's also a seam for your chin, that way it curves around your chin. So I actually got this pattern from a commercial face mask. So this is a Chinese face mask. As you can see, this is used for like if you were to go out and work and you didn't want pollen to bother you. So we will be using this as the basis for the pattern. This is what the mask looks like when worn. See, so you have the chin seam and a wire that can bend around your nose and elastic straps around your ears. So this is the pattern that you can print out. Make sure you print to actual size. Just cut along the lines. And for this one, this should be 11 by 2 inches. When you cut the bias tape, make sure you cut it on the bias. So that means when you where you cut it, it needs to be stretching, kind of like that. Okay. I'm gonna make my own bias tape so it matches with the fabric more, but you can also just buy some bias tape instead. Now I have all my pieces cut, and I'm putting the pattern piece right beside it, and I'm gonna iron everything. Now I'm gonna sew A to B. I'm gonna pin the mouth part to the main piece. So, let's see, line this up. Okay, now we're gonna sew the nose start on A and C. So pretty much, okay, so we're gonna sew from here to there, and at the very end we're not going to backstitch. You're gonna backstitch in the beginning though. Okay, so this is it, and you're gonna cut a little bit of the end to release some tension. Okay, that's good. We can also go ahead and iron this part down, the nose dart, and we can iron that too. Actually, we should go ahead and clip this a bit. We're gonna sew D to A. So here's the D piece. First, we're going to go ahead and fold the seam allowance over and iron it. That way it'll be a little easier for us in the long run. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this down first. Go ahead and sew this part and ironed it as well, and now we're going to place it on our A piece. So this kind of goes like, this. So what's supposed to happen is this folds over once, and then folds over twice, and the second time it folds over that fabric, like that. So the placement should be about there. It kind of lines up. It kind of lines up with where the curve of the A piece is. So that's where we're gonna sew it. Okay, I've sewn D to A and I ironed it, and now we're gonna work on PC. So that's the lining part. This is supposed to go over here, and then we're gonna sew over. But first, let's fold the edges here over twice. Now we're going to sew C over A, so go ahead and just okay, now we're gonna go ahead and sew those parts. I've sewn C onto A, and now you realize like this is the first layer A, this is the second layer D, and this is the third layer C. So now we are going to do the bias tape. So if you have your own bias tape, you don't need to do this part, but I'm gonna make mine. So first we're gonna fold this in half, and then we're gonna iron it. So let's see, I can hold it. Okay, and now you're gonna fold a little bit of it in like that. And then we're gonna iron this. I'm gonna fold it over and flip it. And now this will fold over the previous one. And we're gonna iron that. Okay, so now this part is shorter than that, so this shorter part will be on the outside. And repeat with the other bias tape. I went ahead and pinned this, so now I'm gonna go ahead and sew. I have some 18 gauge wire that I'm gonna use for the nose area. Now the normal mask has some kind of flat wire, which I don't have. I'm gonna sew some felt over it to increase the comfort. Now this stuff is optional. So the wire should be 3 inches long, which means this has to be about that too. I went ahead and cut out a small strip of the felt. So this is we're just gonna sew this over like that. Okay, so I've sewn the felt square rectangle down, and I poked the needle through it. This way, when this is touching your nose or pressed against it, it's not gonna feel really uncomfortable. So we want to put this in the middle of our mask. Okay, and then we want the short side on the outside. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and pin this. Now I'm going to sew the wire in first. So the wire is like over here. So we're gonna sew like a box around it. Okay, like that box. Okay, I finished sewing the bias tape on, and I ironed it as well. And now we can flip it and we can fold over the ends. So we're gonna do this step, fold over the sides of A. So you're gonna fold over the sides of A twice and iron it. Pretty much. And we're going to eventually put the elastic loop through this. So like that, and iron. So now we're gonna fold over this. We're gonna fold over this twice and iron. This is where the elastic will be going through. And then we're going to sew just straight down there. So you don't want to sew too close to the ends because we still have to put the elastic through. Okay, I finished sewing the sides. Now we're going to iron it. So that's what the mask looks like right now. And now we're going to cut out the elastic. So I am going to use this elastic. This is a 1/4 of an inch that I got from Wal-Mart. You can also buy this at Joann and Hobby Lobby and Michael's. Now if you don't have this, I think you can also use a ribbon or paracord and a cinch. Now I'm going to cut 12" of the elastic. So go ahead and do that. Okay, now that the elastic is cut, we can stick it through. I'm gonna use a safety pin to help. Gonna loop it through like that. And I'm gonna stick it through here. So. Yeah, and I'll just hold on to one side and pull the other. Okay. Awesome, and now you can just tie the elastic to your desired length. And do the same on the other side. Okay, so that's the mask. Now we're gonna get the filter. So for the filter, we are gonna use Purafilter 2000. So this is one of the AC filters. Let's see, it's okay. I got this. This one is from Costco. It's meant for like pollen and dust and sand. It's not exactly virus size, but I guess it's better than nothing. Okay, you can see it's pretty good for like, let's say maybe 4 micrometers and above. Better than nothing, I guess. So you can just peel this off and cut it. Okay. Let's see, so this is the size that the filter should be. This is the size of the PM 2.5 filter, so that's what I'm going to use as reference. So you can just measure over there and cut it out. I've cut out my piece of filter, so now I'm going to stick it in here. Okay, now the mask is done, and you can see it's looping over the ears. And you can also adjust this wire so that it goes around your nose. This covers the chin area. Pretty decent, huh?